All right, let's talk about how to gamify stress so entrepreneurship doesn't eat you alive. We are all super stressed out as entrepreneurs, or we're putting stressors on our body. I'll never forget when I was trying to juggle being a new dad. I had the side hustle, I had the full-time job, I was exercising, I was trying to do everything and all of it to a high level. I'm sure you've been there either in a similar situation trying to get your business up and off the ground, or maybe you've been there in a similar situation when you're just really grinding, through a hard time period in business and you're just maxing out in all areas. And I'll never forget, I started to get tension headaches. It's something that I had never experienced before, but it was like this massive rubber band around my head. Like I was just being squeezed. I was so confused and quite frankly, a little bit scared of these tension headaches that I was getting. And I didn't really believe that the psychological and physiological stressors in my life could cause something like that. Now, I'm very aware of it today and how possible it is, but I just didn't believe it. I didn't want to buy it. I was like, no, I'm a hard charger. I'm type A. I can handle it. I can do this. And I didn't listen to my body. I just kept going down that path and things started to break down. I just wasn't there. Like I started to lose my give a shit factor. I started to lose my presence with my family. Like I just started to lose in every area of life. I wasn't seeing the results I wanted in business. And honestly, I wasn't seeing the results anywhere, fitness, in any capacity, any part of my life. And then I started to really gamify things. And once I started to gamify and truly understand how stress works on the body, it started to things got a lot better. I started to see more success, more presence with my family. And I want to kind of go over how that works today because I originally did this for me. And then I kind of introduced this idea or concept to athletes that I was coaching at the time to help them recover better because I just felt like a lot of people didn't understand like the recovery process. But now it's just something that I realize is not for just fitness athletes, or people into, those who train hard. It's for entrepreneurs. It's for everyone. It's for humans if you want to be better. So let's talk about the game real quick. So every morning you wake up and your score is 0. Then we're going to track our stressors, okay? And we call the stressors hormesis. If you're unfamiliar with hormesis, it's basically what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That whole idea within reason. And so here are some of the areas that I think that you should be tracking hormesis or actually trying to do some of these areas. Now, there are 6 different areas of hormesis, or really 5 areas of hormesis and 1 additional thing I want you to track. And this is something that you can just jot down in a note in your phone or on a piece of paper in your notebook. It doesn't have to be complex. So here are the areas. Whether or not you trained today is 1. Did you fast today? Fasting is a stressor, so 12, 14, 16, 18-hour fast. Heat exposure, like a sauna, something that's going to really stress the body. Cold exposure, which a lot of people are doing these days, cold tubs, cold plunges, that kind of thing. Plant toxins is a form of hormesis. Like if you were to swallow a bunch of garlic, it's actually going to stress your body, but ultimately in the long term is going to be good for you. And then the last one is just whether or not you had a stressful day. So psychologically. So that's 6. Those are the areas that you are tracking each and every single day. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to mark each one of those off as a minus, okay? So -1, -2, -3. And then you're going to try and combat that with a recovery metric. And here is the little formula. For every 1 form of stressor or hormesis that you had in a day, you need 2 recovery modalities. And here are the ones that I recommend. All right, so then we have 6 different areas of recovery, and it's going to be sleep, hydration, nutrition, blood flow, the sun or vitamin D, and also breath work. And so just to clarify on those a little bit more, so sleep is going to be 7 to 8 hours of sleep, 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Hydration, 50% of your body weight in ounces every single day. Nutrition, just gonna be a solid amount of protein plus some micronutrients in every single meal. Blood flow, 10 to 30 minutes. This isn't training. This is just like additional walking or, some aerobic activity. Walking the dog, going for a walk, light run, zone 2, whatever. Sun or vitamin D, getting out in the sunshine so you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone if you're going for that walk, or if you want to supplement with vitamin D, it's really just something that's really good for you. And then breath work can be actually focusing on a specific breathing modality or doing meditation, something like that. And those count for 1, okay? And so if you have a hormesis activity, you have something that's taking you down a notch, you need 2 of these to recover from it. That's the formula. So technically it's -2 per hormesis plus 1. That's ultimately what I meant. And so if I trained really hard today, I need to make sure that I get enough sleep, and then I also hydrate. And now I'm just back to baseline, right? I'm back to 0. And then you're like, well, I do all of those things every single day. I'm going to go train. I'm going to do cold exposure. I'm going to fast. I'm going to do heat exposure. I'm going to do plant-based toxins. And I'm going to have a really stressful day as an entrepreneur. How do I recover from all of those things? The answer is you can't. You can't. Like that's what I'm trying to get across to people. What they don't understand is like, you can't actually recover from all the stressors if you do all of them. So that's what you're keeping in mind each and every single day. If you are the person who's trying to implement all these habits, if I had a really hard day, like a super stressful day as an entrepreneur or just a parent, whatever, and then I also trained really hard today, I now need 4 recovery modalities just to get back to baseline. So I'm going to need to sleep. I'm going to be doing some meditation. I'm going to hydrate and make sure that I'm getting all of my meals in. And now I'm just back to baseline. If I add 1 more stressor, I'm going to have to do all of the things that I need to recover. And then if I do 1 more, now I know I'm going in the negative, okay? And it's okay to balance these out. But if you start tracking this over a week, and I track it each and every single day in a note. And so I track this to see where I'm at. And if I'm like, okay, well, you're dipping down like a little low, you're digging the hole, like let's get back out of the hole. That's what I'm thinking of consistency over a week. And then if you're getting good habits of doing this daily, you'll realize, okay, I can only take on so much today. Now, some people might not think that this is how you need to go about it. They're like, no, you can just do it all. But I'm telling you, I've been there and you can't for the long term. Maybe it works out for a year. Maybe it works out for 2 years, 3 years. But I'm 15 plus years into the entrepreneurial game. Things are pretty well balanced for me. I don't overly stress out. I spend a lot of time with my family. I still get a lot of shit done for my businesses. And I'm nowhere close to the burnout level. And the reason that is because I play this game of stress and recovery, so I can stay in the game as an entrepreneur. So it's a very simple game. You definitely should play it. If you can just gamify your stress a little bit, you're going to be able to stay in the game longer. And that's the only game anyone's really playing as an entrepreneur.